One of the most wanted players in the world in this transfer window is Moises Caicedo, but amidst a very long queue of teams lined up for Moises Caicedo, guess what? Arsenal is leading the race. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Arsenal handed the trophy officially to Man City yesterday, and Man City are going to be crowned champions today at Etihad Stadium. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is the name, and Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel, and the show is known as the Arsenal News Show. So, David Osteen has something to say about Caicedo and Declan Rice double signing at Arsenal. Then we are going to dive a little bit into what one of the players of Man City, known as Kyle Walker, is going to hate to come in through and obviously tell us about where did Arsenal go wrong to really drop the trophy, but they've gone ahead to really give them the respect they deserve. And Carragher too has something to say about this season of Arsenal and how they've gone ahead to do the unexpected into this season of 2022-2023. Now, Peter O'Rourke is a transfer correspondent for the Foot Insider, has gone ahead and written the following: that Arsenal lead Chelsea in the race to sign Moises Caicedo this summer. Arsenal are expected to reignite their interest in the summer, with Brighton now resigned to losing Moises Caicedo, who is valued between £70 million and £80 million. And that is something that all of you have to put in mind, that it's not only Arsenal that are interested in Moises Caicedo. It's not only Chelsea that are interested in Moises Caicedo. You know, Liverpool is interested, Chelsea is interested, Newcastle is interested, Manchester United is interested. It's reported that even Barcelona is interested in the services of Moises Caicedo. So, talking of Arsenal leading the race ahead of Chelsea, it's an indicator that these two teams are the ones that have really gone ahead to make a step to sign this player, and it's 100% right. In the summer, in the January transfer window, Chelsea were the first to make a bid of £56 million to sign Moises Caicedo around 14th of January this year, and Brighton said no, this player is not for sale. Now, for Arsenal, they thought that maybe it was all about the bid that they made that was really small, that couldn't really tempt Mr. Bloom, the owner of Brighton, to let the player go. That's why Arsenal went in with their first bid of £70 million, and Brighton said no. Amid this, Arsenal sending information to them that they're really going to make another second bid of £80 million. Brighton said no, we are not going to sell this player. So that, what does that show? It shows you that the reason as to why you're being told that Arsenal is leading Chelsea in the race to sign Moises Caicedo, it's simply these two teams are the ones that really made bids to sign the player in the January transfer window. But this time round, a team known as Brighton is willing to sell the player. The price is between 70 million to the price is between the price is between 70 millions and 80 million pounds. That is it. So when you look at Arsenal, we all know that there is another player that they are really interested in. They've gone ahead to make him their target of the summer. We all know that. But that doesn't really stop them from really going in for Moises Caicedo, because they are going to lose Granit Xhaka. I also believe that the departure of, or the exodus of Granit Xhaka is going to give room for Arsenal to go in and really sign in Moises Caicedo, because they are going to sign one central midfielder if at all Xhaka stayed. But it looks like the deal of Xhaka to Bayern Leverkusen is 90% complete. That's a story I'm going to bring you later in the day, as Fabrizio Romano is going to have to confirm to us that it's really 90% complete, meaning that Arsenal need to get in two players. You know, Declan Rice is going to be the CDM of Arsenal next season. Moises Caicedo can play into that Granit Xhaka role very, very well, and sometimes he can also play into the defensive pivot. So that shows you that he's a very highly rated player that is needed at a side of Arsenal. But Arsenal are leading the race, and they are trying to go on and obviously get in the best that they deserve. You know, his tireless work rate and defensive capabilities have made him crucial part of the Brighton starting 11 this season, and Mikel Arteta wants to transplant that from Brighton and then take it to Arsenal. But there is something that it's acting as a boost in there for you. They've found themselves in a position of really getting the replacement for Moises Caicedo, and he goes by the names of Mahoud Dahoud. You know, he plays for Borussia Dortmund. That's the player that they've gone in to come in and act as a replacement for Moises Caicedo. And they've also brought in a player known as Ayari. You know, he plays into the midfield, and he is another one that maybe De Zerbi is really looking at to see to it that he really gets in this player as soon as possible to do the needful. And guess what? They are getting him on a free. That's it. He joined Borussia Dortmund in 2017, and his contract is expiring on June 30th, 2023, meaning that they are going to really make huge business. That is Brighton. Why? They are getting in a player on a free who is really experienced. He can play as, when you look at the transfer market here, he can play as a central midfielder, and he can also play as a defensive midfield. And they are getting him on a free, and that is good business for De Zerbi and his entire team. They've also gone ahead to sign in James Milner on a free from Liverpool. It shows you how good they are doing business, and they are going to lose two players, and they are going to get close to 140 million pounds. Caicedo, 80 million pounds, and McAllister for 60 million pounds. And they've already gotten the replacements of these players, both on a free. That's the beauty of having a very good sporting technical team that obviously does the needful for you into the mix. Now, David Osteen has the following to say on Arsenal signing both Caicedo and Declan Rice. Now, Declan Rice is the priority signing of Arsenal. That's it. No question marks, no what. He is the priority signing of Arsenal. And after the finale that West Ham is going to play on the 7th of June, Arsenal will make their first bid to sign Declan Rice. They first want to sign Declan Rice than anyone else. But the big question is, will Arsenal bring in these two players? Because they might see themselves spending close to 160 million pounds for these two players. And David Osteen has gone ahead to throw in his thoughts onto this. He said, Rice is the focus of Arsenal attention, but that doesn't mean the admiration has not diminished with Caicedo. It would be a surprise for me even with amortization and staggered payments if Arsenal can bring in. So David Osteen is really is not optimistic, is really pessimistic of this deal on whether it will be happening very, very soon, of Caicedo to Arsenal. But to me, I understand the fear is all about the money factor. That Arsenal spending 160 million pounds on two players, the money factor. But when you look at the situation of Arsenal, they are losing Xhaka. If you lose Xhaka, that means there is no way you cannot bring in another midfielder. Either Zubimendi or Caicedo will be added onto the signing of Declan Rice, according to me. And that's what I'm really feeling as Rokani David here onto the Rokani Media Football. And I 100% believe Arsenal is going to bring in two central midfielders. Declan Rice is a must. And on either Zubimendi or Moises Caicedo, Arsenal will have to sign one, you know. Maybe even Mason Mount. They can bring in Mason Mount into the team to go ahead and really act as another player playing into that team of Arsenal to strengthen the midfield and fill the gap, or bridge the gap that would have been left by the player. Granit Xhaka has gone ahead to have a tremendous season that Bayer Leverkusen have gone ahead to agree a deal with, and the only thing left is to agree a deal with Arsenal and accept 15 million pounds that they are offering for the Swiss captain in there for you. So, Man City have so far scored 1 goal. Julian Alves has put them ahead of Chelsea, and that's an update that you need to know by the time of recording. And let's see what Jamie Carragher is going to have to say about the trophy that Arsenal lost to City. Carragher said, Arsenal were on course of that, but it's been a massive drop-off in the second half of the season, and one of the biggest reasons is they haven't had the squad depth. They've got to bring more quality players in. One thing I don't agree with people is that Arsenal never had squad depth. Just their squad lacked quality, you know? After naming the first 11 of Arsenal, the bench really looked a little bit of a drop-off. That's it. Not until they brought in Jorginho and Trossard, but obviously, if you're going to compete for the trophy, you not only need only 13 players, because if you are to count 11 players, Ramsdale, Ben White, Zinchenko, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Xhaka, Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli. Those are the 11 players that they had that really did wonders for the 3 quarters of the season. Now, which other players could come off the bench to come in through and obviously do the needful? Kieran Tierney is one of them. Jorginho is another one. And Leandro Trossard. They only had a 14-man squad. That's it. So, you need a squad of close to 22 players that can come in and obviously do the needful. Look at City. Today, they've gone ahead to bench most of their players, and their team really looks strong. When you look at Man City and their starting 11 versus Chelsea, let me read it to you. City has gone in for Ortega, Kyle Walker, Akanji, Laporte, you know, Calvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez, Riyad Mahrez, Lico Ruiz, Phil Foden, Palmer, and Alvarez, you know. Now, do you know how many players they've gone ahead to bench? I think it's better even bring it on the screen and you see it as I tell you what Arsenal need to do. When you look at this starting 11 of City, they've gone ahead to bench almost the entire team. That's it. They've benched the entire starting 11 of Man City for all you know. I'm going to show you this lineup and obviously tell you who has come in for who. That's when you're going to get to know that Arsenal had the squad, but that squad lacked quality. That's it. Because in every position, Arsenal had like 2 players, but they lacked what we call quality. Now, let's go. Look at City today. Ortega's come in for Ederson. I think Kyle Walker. Yeah. Then Akanji and Laporte have come in for Diaz and Nathan Ake. There is also this other guy. What's his name? Who plays as a central defender for England? You know, I've forgotten his name. You know, but he scored a very good goal when they are playing against which team? So, Calvin Phillips has come in for Rodri. Gomez has come in for Ika Gundogan. Mahrez for Bernardo Silva. Lico Ruiz has come in for... what's the player's name? Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. Then Palmer is coming for Jack Grealish. Julian Alves has come in for Erling Haaland. Now, look at that starting 11. Man City have dropped close to 8 starting players, and that the team is really playing very well, and they're really dominating. That's it. So, tell Arsenal to really drop off 8 players, you know, from the starting 11. Do you know what will happen? You know, it's not going to be something easy, yo. So, I can read you 22 players that Arsenal had. And Arsenal had 2 players in every position, but they couldn't match, most of them couldn't match the quality of those that are really in the starting 11. You know, I think it's only Trossard that could match the levels of Martinelli, Jorginho matching the levels of Thomas Partey, and Kieran Tierney matching the levels of Zinchenko. Apart from that, tell me any player who could come in and obviously match the levels. I'm not going to talk about Tomiyasu because Tomiyasu is a very good player, but he has been an injury-prone player, you know. So, I understand what he's saying, but I really feel that Arsenal had the squad, but the squad never had the right quality to come on and compete with Manchester City. Then Kyle Walker, the player of Man City, has gone ahead and really hailed Arsenal, and he has said, Arsenal pushed us right to the limit and they've been fantastic. So all credit to them. We just went on an incredible run. They had a few hiccups and capitalized on it, and they had few hiccups and Man City capitalized onto it, and we've managed to end up where we have now. That is Phillips. And when you look at Man City, for the previous 3 seasons, they've not lost any game in the last 10 games of the season. So it shows you that they can embark onto that run season in, season out. And whoever is planning to go on and obviously win a trophy of City, he needs to be charged up for the last 15 games of the season, because City can win 14 out of the 15. So if you want to go on and obviously put City to the sword, you need to find it that you are in a position of really scoring in very many goals, win very many games at the start of the season, and you don't drop off from March to May, because Arsenal lost its trophy from April. That's it. When we went to the international break, Arsenal were 8 points clear, with City having a game in hand. That's it. We returned on the 1st of April. Arsenal played against Leeds. They beat Leeds by 4-1. Then they drew with Liverpool, they drew with Fulham, they drew with Southampton, and they lost to City. That was like a final give up for the trophy. So guys, your thoughts on Arsenal leading Moises Caicedo race are welcome in the comment section below. Are you optimistic that they can bring 2 of those into the summer? That is Declan Rice and Caicedo. And what do you think about Carragher saying that Arsenal lacked the squad? For me, I think they had the squad, but they lacked the quality, because you can name 2 players of Arsenal in every position this season, but there was a huge drop-off in almost the 8 other positions of the pitch, apart from the left back, central defensive midfield, and the left forward. But the rest of the positions were really weak when the first team has really got off. What's your thought about Carragher and Kyle Walker saying that they capitalized onto the hiccups of Arsenal that they got into the season? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. First video of the day. More is yet to come. Rokani David is my name. I sign out.